right, let's see how the audio test is going to work today to get things started. And hopefully this thing all comes together just the right way, and when it does, we'll be in, we'll feel okay about life, you know what I mean? So, all right, let's see how that goes. All right, so this one is reported as live. Let's see how we're sounding. Okay, sounds like things are going okay. Let's go ahead and mute the microphone here. See how the background noise sounds. Okay, good. We got some good background music going on there too. That's awesome. All right. So we'll leave that kind of where it's going and make sure that the live picture appears there and call it a good, successful test. And we'll go from there. All right, very good. Awesome. Okay, let's come back out here. We'll mute everything. For those of you that are with us on the stream right now, those of you that are waiting for the start of the pregame report, our pregame report will start right around 4:28. That'll be 4:28 about 10 minutes from now. So those of you that are with us, stay with us, and we'll get to that coming up at around 4:28.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We welcome you to Thompson, North Dakota for a high school / Legion baseball event today. That should be one of the premier events in North Dakota baseball throughout the course of the year, at least at the small town level today, as we're going to see two teams that were high markers in the state high school tournament at the beginning of this month now face each other in a regular season matchup inside Legion play. Welcome to Thompson today. It's our coverage of Legion baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports today, both video and radio coverage today. For those of you that are tuning in on News Radio 1310 KNOX, if you get where you're going and you would like to bring this one in on video, you'll have the opportunity to do that today. You can find the video feed at our website, knoxradio.com. Look underneath that sports tab and you'll find a live sports link, and you'll also be able to find this one through our YouTube streaming services as well. Search KNOX TV on YouTube to find our broadcasting channel. Today, Park River comes to town to take on Thompson. Park River was the #1 seed in the Class B baseball tournament this year, but they suffered an upset in the semifinals and didn't get a chance to set up that 1-versus-2 matchup between Thompson and Park River for the title. Thompson went on to win their 4th consecutive state high school championship. Now these two teams will face each other today in a regular season matchup inside Legion play. And the only thing more that we would love to have is if this one were to count inside the standings. It'll count for the overall record, but Park River playing in a different district than Thompson plays in as far as Legion baseball is concerned. So this goes as a non-counter. Now, does that mean that either team will take it lightly? Well, judging from the lineup, that's not the case. Park River is going to start Tucker Omdahl this afternoon, and he was the #1 pitcher on their high school team. So there's no way that Park River's taking this lightly. Thompson won't either. This will be a pride fest, if nothing else, today. These two teams are going to go after each other because they love to play one another, and good teams like to play one another, and that should make this one a really, really good matchup that we'll have for you today. And we bring it to you today courtesy of our premier sports partners. They include Rivards Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find them online at rivards.com. This is the year that you want Rivards working on those turf and forage projects for you, because they have science on their side. And when we say that, they can change up the variety of their seed mixes throughout the course of the year so they can vary for the various types of growing conditions we're going to see. And we've already seen a lot of that. Southern part of the state, lots of rain. Here, not so much, but some last night. Maybe more coming up later. We'd like that. Rivards can work for you, rivards.com. And also brought to you by Grand Trailer Sales. They're your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. An exciting year of sports that saw the Green Wave win a state hockey championship down in St. Paul, and some great games throughout the course of the year. And Grand Trailer Sales remains with us as a premier partner for Legion baseball as well. If you need a new trailer to try to take whatever it is you're doing, whether it's for income or for recreation up a notch, they can help you with that at Grand Trailer Sales. If it's time for you to get that trailer fixed, they have you covered there as well. They can take care of the repair work with a great service department and all the parts that you're looking for ready for you at Grand Trailer Sales on Highway 2 East in East Grand Forks. Should be a good one today. For those of you that weren't with us on Tuesday when Thompson took on Mayport CG, and we had that for you on video coverage, we'll have a shortened version of our conversation that we had with Nate Solis, the head coach of the Thompson Tommies and also the head coach of Thompson Post 181. We'll talk about the challenges of moving things over from the high school game to the Legion game and trying to have success in the summer with a group that should be pretty much the same with some additions that you had in the spring. But sometimes there are challenges that come along with that. We'll also talk about how different these teams can be. 4 consecutive state championships, but all of them are won a bit differently at the high school level. And we'll find out a bit about the challenges that these players go through playing in a lot of big games. And he'll mention that sometimes not having success in those big games can be as much of a factor in winning the next one as having success in big moments as well. Those comments with Nate Solis coming up in our pregame report in just a couple of moments, and we are adding video coverage to our pregame conversations with our coaches. So those of you on the video side, you'll be able to see Nate Solis as we go split screen on that to bring you those conversations throughout the course of our upcoming sports coverage. We'll also take a look at our starting lineups in baseball, take a look at some of the players to watch with our game fuel and our keys to the matchup, and we'll give you an updated drive for the title as the standings have changed around a bit in District 6 for Thompson since since we were last on the air with you back on Tuesday. It's Thompson, Park River. It might be a non-counter, but two of the better teams you're going to find, the top two seeds in the high school state tournament, now battling in Legion play coming up today. And we have it for you right here on KNOX and KNOX Live Sports. A pause in our pregame report, which is brought to you today by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We're back with more in a couple of moments right here on KNOX Radio and KNOX Live Sports.
Electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Welcome back to our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Today, a treat right here in Thompson where we've got 84 degrees, sunshine, a little muggy, but it should be a nice one today. Both teams are going to be in predominantly white uniforms to beat the heat. Thompson, post 181, is at home to take on Park River. Two of the top high school teams in North Dakota now facing each other inside of Legion Baseball today. And we welcome you to our pregame report this afternoon. Our pregame report is brought to you today by True North Equipment. True to your values and ready to serve you with the John Deere products that you've come to know and love generationally all throughout our region. When it's time for service, when it's time to upgrade that implement, it's time for True North Equipment, 10 locations to serve you throughout the Red River Valley. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life with Signature Graphics and Apparel. They're in East Grand Forks near the Point Bridge, and at East Grand Forks is Signature Graphics and Apparel. They can show you some options that you might not have considered for your logo before. Many different types of materials that they can work custom etching into something that will affix to any article of clothing that you're looking for. They're durable, they're sharp, and they look different. You've also got the vinyl signage that you can take advantage of at Signature Graphics and Apparel. They've got their obviously screen printing and their custom embroidery. Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and apparel. Well, let's take a look at Drive for the Title that we have for you here today in this matchup as we get ready for Park River and Thompson. Before we go to our coaches conversation with Nate Solis, the head coach of Thompson Baseball. Drive for the Title is presented by Toys for Trucks, and for those of you in the Thompson area, we did not have standings available for Park River's district coming into today, so we can take a look. However, District 6 did have a recent go-around with this Park River baseball team, and Park River might be looking to bounce back after that matchup. Coming into today, Hatton Northwood with a 1-0 victory over Hillsborough Central Valley now pulls into a tie for first place in the district. Both those teams are currently 2-1. So the Honey Badgers of Hatton Northwood and the Blue Sox of Hillsborough Central Valley, both 2-1 in the section. Now, the only team that's undefeated with a win is Thompson. They got that win over Mayport CG 13-1 in a game that we had for you back on Tuesday night. They stand 1-0, just 2-0. We've got a team that's played 15 games. We've got a team that's played 10 games in the Legion season. Thompson's played 2. Those first 2 against Mayport CG, they took a week off to get started in the season. But right now, Thompson at third place at 1-0. Mayport CG's 1-2. Oak Grove hasn't played yet at all. And Gardner currently 0-1, both inside and overall inside District 6. Now, that might be a bit of a surprise. Northern Cass was a state tournament team as well. That would be the majority of Gardner, but Fargo Oak Grove not playing yet. That might be a little bit of a concern. Sometimes it can get a little loose on that side of District 6, if you know what I mean. Those recent scores that those of you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, Hatton Northwood, that 1-0 win over Hillsborough Central Valley, that puts them into a tie for first place, and they get a win over one of the better teams in the district. Thompson with a 13-1 win over Mayport CG. That came back on Tuesday night. We have that for you on KNOX Live Sports. You can go back and watch that matchup at your leisure on our YouTube channel at KNOX TV on YouTube. And of course, just last night, Hatton Northwood defeating Park River by a score of 6-0 in that matchup. Now, again, that was non-league, but that's a big win for Hatton Northwood to get a win over a team the caliber of Park River. That will fuel their week this week. So a couple of big wins for the Honey Badgers of Hatton Northwood, getting that 1-0 win over Hillsborough Central Valley and then a 6-0 win over Park River. So they've had a nice week of it. But right now, Hatton Northwood, Hillsborough Central Valley tied for first place in District 6, and Thompson has one win as they played only one game inside the district, and they'll get back into some more district play coming up a little bit later on next week. And that's Drive for the Title, and it's brought to you today by Toys for Trucks. They're your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks, a full showroom of custom wheels and rims to take your ride up a notch, and that's what they want to do for you at Toys for Trucks. Make it look the way that you want it to. You've spent that much time making it a good hot rod for the summer. Now you'd like it to perform well and look well as well. They've got performance tires, all the major brands. You can find those at Toys for Trucks also. No matter what the accessory, no matter how it's supposed to look or feel, they can help you at Toys for Trucks. 6105 Gateway Drive. They're on Highway 2 West in Grand Forks, bringing you Drive for the Title today. A break in our pregame report, presented again by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. When we return, we will bring you the comments of Nate Solis, the head coach of the Thompson Post 181 baseball team, a shortened version for those of you that were with us on Tuesday. For those of you that are with us for the first time, you'll hear a little bit about the challenges that the team has when they play in some big games elsewhere that can lead them up to this moment. And then, of course, the challenges of converting springtime baseball into summertime baseball. That as we continue with our pregame report next. This is our coverage of Legion Baseball, Thompson and Park River on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We're back with more next.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports, both radio and video coverage for this one here today. We're in Thompson getting ready for a beautiful day for baseball. Sunny skies. We're at 84 degrees, and it's Thompson at Park River, the top two seeds that were in the state high school baseball tournament this year. They'll do battle here in Legion Baseball in a regular season matchup. We bring it to you courtesy of our premier sports partners, Rivards Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks, Rivards.com, and also Grand Trailer Sales, your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. Our pregame report continues, presented by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Earlier, we had the opportunity to catch up with Nate Solis. Nate Solis is the head coach of Thompson American Legion Baseball, both at the high school level and then also at the Legion Baseball level as well. So it's an opportunity for him to see the same team and go into a new season of baseball. That means he's obviously going to know his team pretty darn well when you get to that point, right? However, there are some challenges to it. For those of you that are joining us for the first time of the season, we had some of these comments with Nate Solis back on Tuesday night on KNOX Live Sports, but this is a shortened version of it. We talked about the challenges of converting success in the spring into success in the summer. He talks about structure being an issue there. And as we got this one started today, we also did talk about Thompson being in 4 consecutive state championship games and winning them. And this group of athletes, like many groups of athletes in Thompson, end up being in some really, really big games at big moments throughout the course. And that helps you build for the spot that you're going to be in. And one of the things that Coach Solis talked about is the fact that having failures in some of those big games can be as much of a preparation tool for success later as having success in those big games. Here are those comments with Nate Solis.
They've had success in some of those big games with baseball and basketball and football even, and they have also not had success in some of those. And even in baseball, we lost Legion Championship last year. So, I think it's a good life skill. Obviously, we talk about that with baseball all the time. I like to relate that a lot with life. But you know what? When you've failed before, and it only makes you want to get better. And obviously, when you win too, going back 4 years now when we won the first one, and you just want to keep achieving that feeling, and then you just kind of go into the process of what got us there. And I think you go back to the buy-in of pitching and defense. I think we really stress that at practice. Not that we don't stress hitting, but I know kids are going to get their swings in. So when we're at practice, when coaches are involved heavily, it's a lot of pitching and defense, bullpens, obviously. Brian Overby's been helping us out the last few years with our pitchers, and he's done a phenomenal job, and we can't thank him enough for what he's done for our program, simply because of just his ability to show up and be there for the kids and provide some entertainment while he's there. So the buy-in there has been great from the kids, and then we have a track record of, hey, this is what can happen, and going back to that process of if you can buy in and do this, good things can happen. It doesn't always happen, and obviously it takes, going back to all of this is a special senior class and supporting cast that we had down up to an 8th grader. It takes a lot of special talent, and that's what we've been very fortunate to have, and it's no secret that we know that that's a big ingredient. So fortunate to work with the kids that we have in the past few years.
Coach, could you explain to us what the biggest challenge is of trying to convert high school baseball success over to Legion baseball success when you're going from spring to summer? I think sometimes with fans, it's lost on them. They just think it's one sport. And there are different challenges to it with schedules and players and that type of thing. Can you talk to us a bit about what the biggest challenge is in turning one into the other?
Yeah, I would say a couple things, and it's not anybody's fault. I would just say lack of structure. Kids are coming from all over the place, whether they're coming from working little league. We got a lot of kids that work our little league programs and help out with that, or they're working a job. We had guys working at the golf course last year and out in the sun all day. And then you got camps and you got weightlifting, and there's just a lot going on in a kid's life. In 2025 in the summer. So I would say that the biggest thing is you don't know what their day looked like before they even got to the field. 5:00 typically, spring, you're going to see them throughout the day at school, obviously, and then you're gonna have practice at about 3:30, or you're on a bus at about 2:30. So that lack of structure is really, and like I said, it's not it's just something you have to work through. Our typical Legion schedule right now is about Monday through Thursday, 4 days a week. One practice and a few games, depends on the week what we have. But the kids are busy doing other things too, and you got to let them have time to be kids and enjoy their summer and enjoy doing some activities. So I would say that's one thing, and then obviously, like I said, the camps and the other activities and sports want to get their summer work in, and so trying to balance that. We've got a good relationship with all of our other coaches for Thompson, and it works out well for us. But I know that's it's a factor in making it a long summer. So just got to try to find that balance. I would say that's the biggest thing. We think we have that, and try to put as less stress on the kids as we can. But at the end of the day, it's baseball season too, and you signed up to play Legion baseball, so this is what's going to happen. They've had success in some of those big games with baseball and basketball.
Those comments from Nate Solis, the head coach of the Thompson Post 181 American Legion baseball team. He joined us yesterday for those conversations, and Tuesday for those conversations, and a bit of a replay of what we had from Tuesday coming into Thursday here. Our umpires have joined us, and I have a feeling that we're probably going to get this one started just a little bit early today, as we're at 4:52, but we won't have a national anthem here today in Thompson, and the teams took their warm-ups and were sitting in the dugout ready to go. So this will go on without a lot of fanfare. These are just a couple of teams that want to get after it. Pregame report concludes here, brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you with those 10 locations across the Red River Valley, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. When we come back, let's take a look at some starting lineups that we have for you today and get ready to throw the first pitch in what should be a great baseball game. Thompson, Park River. It's next on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
We welcome you back to Thompson today as we get set for the start of this matchup between the Thompson Tommies or the Thompson Post 181 American Legion baseball team and Park River, the top two seeds from the state high school Class B baseball tournament, set to do battle here today in Thompson in a regular season matchup. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for today's matchup. And our starting lineups for today's matchup are brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. FransonBank.com. Starting lineup today for Park River. Leading off at second base is James Larson. Batting second is first baseman Jake Solsing. Batting third, Tucker Amdahl, the pitcher. And rounding out the top four, cleaning up, will be Kieran Sullivan in right field. Batting fifth is the designated hitter, Jamison Arovic. Batting sixth, Trace Anderson behind the plate. Noah Troftgruben will bat seventh in left field. Batting eighth will be Jackson Amdahl, the shortstop. And batting ninth is Aiden Rost in center field. And the second baseman today for Park River will be, or rather, their third baseman will be Isaac Porter. That'll be the man that's hit for today. For Thompson, leading off is the catcher, Dex Advim. Batting second, Johnny Muse in left field. Batting third, Thomas Schumacher at short. Cleaning up, Braden Wolfgram, the pitcher. Batting fifth will be Drew Odenbach, the designated hitter. Batting sixth is Jeremy Tice in center field. Caden Loyland will bat seventh at first base. Mac Michelson in right field bats eighth. And batting ninth will be Braden Tice, the third baseman. And Jacob Olson will be the second baseman today for Thompson at Post 181. We are set to go with the start of baseball. Those are our starting lineups today, brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results, FransonBank.com. We'll see a dig in by Braden Wolfgram, a dig in by James Larson, the leadoff man for Park River. And the first pitch is a strike on the inner half of the plate. We are officially underway at 4:55, so we did get started a full 5 minutes early this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball right back to the pitcher on one hop. Wolfgram will flip over to first base and retire James Larson for the first out of the matchup here today. Little routine, one hopper back out to the pitcher. Caden Loyland is playing first base today. That was Drew Odenbach back on Tuesday. So some lineup changes for Thompson. One of the things that Nate Solis did mention to us is that he feels like he has a lot of options with this Thompson lineup. One out, Jake Solsing is to the plate. And Wolfgram delivers. Fastball on the outer half for a strike. 0-1 on Jake Solsing, the first baseman. Red, white, and blue the look today for Park River, as they've got the stars and stripes on today. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a number foul. That may have hit Solsing in the box. Chops away foul, and very quickly ahead is Braden Wolfgram at no balls and 2 strikes. Wolfgram's been peppering the strike zone so far in this matchup. A set by Wolfgram, and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him swinging. Solsing is down on strikes. That one down in the zone from Braden Wolfgram may have actually not been in the zone. That might have been the first miss in that at-bat. Wolfgram, just a little bit of a waste pitch, but it was close enough to induce a swing, and he's got his first strikeout today. 2 out, nobody on for Park River, and we'll see Tucker Amdahl, the pitcher, come to the plate, off speed for a strike. Wolfgram throwing perhaps a straight change in that sequence. He took something off his fastball, and it's no balls and a strike to Tucker Amdahl, the pitcher for Park River. Their best pitcher in the high school season. He'll take one low and away for ball 1. Had an ERA sub-1 when he went into the state high school tournament this year. Set once again by Wolfgram, the 1-1 pitch. Called a strike at the knees. That one was right at the bottom of the zone. Might have fooled Amdahl a little bit. He might have thought that one was beneath the strike zone. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes on Amdahl. Wolfgram, the righty, sets the 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen. Our umpires for today's matchup, calling the balls and strikes again today, Ryan Ingeman. He was out here on Tuesday night for the matchup with Thompson and Mayport Clifford Galesburg. And on the base paths today is Gabe Salander. A couple of guys have been doing it for a while. The 1-2 pitch from Wolfgram to Amdahl. He waits on a curveball and hits one off the glove of third baseman Braden Tice. Tice can't make the play. We'll see Tucker Amdahl reaching, and that's going to be tough scoring. They're going to rule that an error, I believe, on the third baseman Braden Tice. That one was kind of a looping, low-line drive. Amdahl came out in front with his stance and had to wait on an off-speed pitch that perhaps he wasn't waiting for. Got a good piece of the bat down the line to Tice. Tice had a chance to glove that right off the ground and ends up missing the catch. So it's an error that's charged to Amdahl. 1 out base runner, however, rather 2 out base runner for Park River. And Kieran Sullivan, the right fielder, will come to the plate now for Park River. 1-0 pitch on the way to him, a swing and a foul back to the screen. The count levels up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 84 degrees and sunny at the start of this matchup. A light breeze that's blowing as well, may not affect the game much. Wolfgram is set, good lead by Amdahl over at first base. The 1-1. Hot shot, left side. This one's gloved by the third baseman, Tice. He'll set, throw across the diamond, and Sullivan is out. 5-3, out number 3. The 2-out error does not come back to hurt the Thompson post 181, and Park River will leave a man stranded in their half of the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, 1 left on, a half of an inning played. Park River nothing, and Thompson to the plate on the all-true scoreboard. Our changeovers brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region, and Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks. We have the bottom of the first next on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. An error and a base runner for Park River in their half of the first, but they come up empty. And we will go to the bottom of the first inning, and Thompson will come to the plate for the first time today in a scoreless matchup between what were the top 2 seeds in the state Class B high school baseball tournament at Newman Outdoor Field in Fargo back the first weekend of June. And now fighting against one another here in the Legion season in what will be a non-counter affair. This will be a non-district matchup between these 2 teams today. Thompson in some nifty uniforms today. For those of you on the radio side, we've seen usually a little bit of gold in that color scheme for Thompson the Legion season. They were in green back on Tuesday night with white. Now today they're in white with green. They seem to have kind of moved that gold to the side just a little bit and stayed true to kind of the high school colors, but they do say post 181 in green across the chest on a white uniform. Leadoff hitter is Dex Advem for Thompson. He stands in a lefty to face Tucker Amdahl for Park River, and the first pitch, a swing and a foul tip back to the glove as Advem goes after it. Park River plays for post 147, and Thompson is post 181. The 0-1 pitch to Advem. This is low and inside. And it's a ball and a strike on Dex Advem. Advem, really nice defensive play back in the last matchup with Mayport CG. For those of you that weren't with us, we'll see if we can't show you that one again. The 1-1 pitch, Advem takes it high. Defensive play that we're talking about was a little number out in front of the plate here. This is Advem behind the plate. For those of you on the video side of things, makes a great barehanded play of it. Throws him out. Here's a swing by Advem. He'll drive one to right field, and that'll be a base hit for the leadoff man for Thompson. So a leadoff single for Dex Advem will put him aboard. He had some good swings in that matchup back on Tuesday, but didn't have the opportunity to come up with a base hit. But, boy, the rest of the lineup was good. The only man that was 3 for 3 for Thompson back on Tuesday night was Drew Odenbach, but there was a lot of 1 for 2, 2 for 3, a lot of runs scored as they put up 13 and 4 at-bats against Mayport CG. Johnny Muse will come to the plate for Thompson. Muse shows bunt and takes the bunt away. The pitch is not caught, but it is called a strike. Trace Anderson has that one pop out of his glove, and the count is no balls and a strike on Johnny Muse. We'll see if Muse is actually up there to bunt the baseball. Isaac Porter's the third baseman for Park River. He's in on the grass and came in charging as Muse squared to bunt. Muse is up in the front of the batter's box in front of the plate. We'll see if he's looking to get after it. Shows bunt again. The 0-1 from Amdahl. Bunts it right side. Oh, there's no one home. Muse may beat this out, and he will. Johnny Muse beats it out for an infield hit. The rotation play was on. James Larson, the second baseman, goes to first on the rotation against the bunt. First baseman Jake Solsing just didn't have a chance to go get the ball. Tucker Omdahl came charging towards the plate and didn't have a chance to get it either, and the picture-perfect bunt went right towards where second base would normally be manned, and it's an infield hit for Johnny Muse. So instead of giving himself up, it's runners on first and second with nobody out, and here comes Thomas Schumacher. A set by Tucker Omdahl, look back at second base, and the pitch to Schumacher is high for ball one. A ball and no strikes on Thomas Schumacher, the shortstop. Fantastic player for Thompson in that role. Bats in the number 3 spot with 2 on, nobody out. Takes a breaking pitch for a strike. And it's a ball and a strike now on Thomas Schumacher. Bottom of the first, all true scoreboard, scoreless, but Thompson threatening with 2 aboard and nobody out in the home half of the first inning. Omdahl is set. A look back, the 1-1 to Schumacher's high. 2 balls and a strike. Well, the pressure will ramp up here a little bit as Thompson's looking to do damage. They scored 6 in the bottom of the first inning against Mayport CG on Tuesday night, so they found success right away. They're looking to do so again. A set 2-1 pitch on the way, breaking pitch to Schumacher, called the strike. Good curveball. It has some vertical break to it as well, not just simply going across the strike zone, but Tucker Omdahl's thrown that twice with some pretty good drop on a breaking pitch. He's got Schumacher back at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Omdahl checks the runner Advim at second, the 2-2, misses low and away, rather low and in. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good crowd gathering here again in Thompson, and they'll gather as the night moves on. 5 o'clock can be a little early for a good crowd to come out. Omdahl sets just above the belt. 3-2 pitch to Schumacher, missed for ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded full of post 181 runners. Advim to third, Muse to second. Thomas Schumacher reaches on a walk. And with the bases loaded and nobody out, Braden Wolfgram a chance to help himself out with a chance at the plate. Starting pitcher for Thompson now has an opportunity to do some big damage for post 181 with the bases loaded, nobody out. And the Park River infield comes in at the grass at every position but third. Pitch on the way to Wolfgram, drops in for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Braden Wolfgram. So there will be no waiting for Park River here. They want to come to the plate rather than play back for a double play. The 0-1 pitch to Wolfgram, called a strike on the inside corner, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. That one brushed Wolfgram back a bit, caught the inner edge. No balls, 2 strikes. Wolfgram standing ready. Omdahl's worked himself ahead in the count. And the 0-2 offering. That one gets away from catcher Trace Anderson. Could be a play at the plate. It will not be in time. The throw is offline anyway. Dex Advim comes rushing home to score. And Thompson will take a 1-0 lead. Not sure if they're going to go wild pitch or passed ball on that. Going to go pass ball will be the official scoring on that. So Advim will score on a pass ball. All 3 runners advance. Muse to third, Schumacher to second. Now 2 more in scoring position. Infield remains in for a play at the plate with a count now at a ball and 2 strikes. Wolfgram ready, the 1-2. Fastball missed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Braden Wolfgram. Omdahl laboring a little bit here in this first inning. Walked a man, gave up a couple of base hits, including one on a bunt. 2-2 to Wolfgram. He swings and hops one to third. There will be a play at the plate on this. The throw to the plate, it was not a force out. Waiting for a call. I believe the runner's going to be safe. The play claimed to the plate, but it was not a force out of the plate. The catcher had his foot on the plate, but did not make a tag. And it looks like a defensive breakdown. I believe the ruling is safe at the plate. And Thompson's going to take a 2-0 lead. It was a one-hopper that was gloved cleanly by Isaac Porter. He made a good throw to the plate. It was a really good play by the third baseman, Porter, to come to the plate. He had the runner, Johnny Muse, in front of him, threw to the plate. But it seems as though Trace Anderson had forgotten the situation changed after the wild pitch. There was no longer a force at the plate. The bases were no longer loaded. He didn't apply a tag, just had his foot on the bag, or base, I should say. And Ryan Ingham, the home plate umpire, says yes, he's safe. Schumacher's going to wait at second base. Braden Wolfgram will reach on what will be a fielder's choice. And Johnny Muse will score to make it 2-0. Now Drew Odenbach to the plate. Still 2 aboard and nobody out for Thompson in the bottom of the first inning. Odenbach 3 for 3 the other night against Mayport. Swing and a miss on a fastball right up in his reach. Count goes to no balls and strike. That was a good swing for Drew Odenbach. 3 singles. He scored a pair of runs against Mayport back on Tuesday. 6 feet 7 inches tall. Lanky all the way around. Runners their leads. The 0-1. Another swing and a miss. Pair of fastballs from Odenbach. Or rather, 2 Odenbach from Amdahl. And the count is no balls, 2 strikes on designated hitter Drew Odenbach. Odenbach hitting for the second baseman Jacob Olson tonight. A set by Amdahl, the 0-2 to Odenbach. Curveball got him swinging, strike 3. Good pitch selection by Amdahl on the end of that as well. Couple of fastballs that were up waist high. Odenbach tempted to go after those and did. And you come back with something that's got some break on it, stays down, and Odenbach swings over the top. First strikeout for Amdahl. Runner still at first and second. And center fielder Jeremy Tice comes to the plate for Thompson. Away from second, Thomas Schumacher. Wolfgram from first. It's 2-0 Thompson in the bottom of the first inning. Tice swings and misses. Amdahl's found his velocity. Now he seems to have found a rhythm that he can settle into. And the count, no balls and a strike on Jeremy Tice. Amdahl takes a look in. Looks back at second base. The 0-1 is a curveball. That one misses inside. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Tice, good speed. Running back for that Thompson football team. If he puts one on the grass on the infield, he can be a tough out to get down at first base. A set, and the 1-1 to Tice. He swings and drives one towards right field. Over to get it, Kieran Sullivan. He'll make the catch. Schumacher's attempting to tag from second to third. He'll do so without a play, and Thompson will put him at the corners. Tice flies out to right field for out number 2. Bending towards the corner, that worked out pretty well for this man coming back to the plate, Caden Loyland, who roped a double in the first inning that broke the scoring open for Thompson back on Tuesday against Mayport Clifford Galesburg. So now 2 on, 2 out here at the bottom of the first. And Loyland, the first baseman tonight for Thompson, steps in. Amdahl will check a runner at first base. Sets above the belt, pitch on the way. Loyland swings and misses. Thompson hitters have not quite been able to adjust to that fastball of Tucker Amdahl. He's been pretty good and ahead of them with it so far tonight when he's been able to find the zone. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball misses away. Runner moving up as I believe Braden Wolfgram might have thought that one was going to get away. Just kind of kept an eye on. Thompson may have been trying to initiate that delayed double steal to bring a run home, and that will not draw a throw. Defensive indifference that will push Wolfgram to second. So now runners at second and third, 2 in scoring position for Thompson. Loyland at the plate. Amdahl delivers. Curveball. Loyland swings and pops it up and out of play. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Caden Loyland. We get back to post 6 coming up next week, as post 6 will be back at home to take on Fargo post 2 inside the league on Tuesday. The 1-2 misses away. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Loyland. And we're looking to come back here on Wednesday when Thompson will take on Grafton. A look in at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Caden Loyland ready. The 2-2 swings and slices one foul. Tom Schumacher had to duck underneath that ball as it was roping right at him. The runner down at third for Thompson. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Loyland ready. And Amdahl from the windup delivers 2-2, swinging a drive left side. That's a base hit into left field. 1 run will score. They'll hold up Braden Wolfgram at third. Tom Schumacher comes in to score. Solid shot again for Caden Loyland going the opposite way. And Thompson will take a 3-0 lead. So 3-0 for Thompson on the all-true scoreboard here in the first. First inning continues. Runners again at first and third as Mac Michelson will become the 8th man to come to the plate for Thompson here in the bottom of the first inning. Omdahl will set, and the pitch on the way to Michelson high. And again, a free base being taken between first and second. This time it's Loyland who stands up, tries to draw a throw, and Trace Anderson's not buying it. Again, the idea is for the runner between first and second to get into an intentional rundown that allows the runner from third to score. Even if you get the final out of the inning, you get the 4th run, you're okay with that. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Michelson late on a fastball. Count levels up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Michelson. Runners again at second and third. Braden Wolfgram down at third. And Caden Loyland at second base. A bunt, single, and a defensive miscue have led to some problems here for post 147. Fastball misses low. In case you're just joining us, bases loaded, wild pitch, scored a run, moved runners to second and third. On the next at bat, a 1-hopper to third, throw from Isaac Porter to Trace Anderson in plenty of time, but Anderson didn't apply the tag, stepped on the plate instead, didn't get an out. That stands large right now. 2-1, swung on, hit foul back out in the parking lot. And the count's at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Also a missed rotation play by Park River after Dex Advem led off with a single. A bunt towards the right side that no one could field. First baseman charging, pitcher charging, second baseman rotating over, bunt right, went right to second base. Michelson ready, 2-2 from Omdahl. Curveball, he capped it foul. So you had that miscue on the rotation. That usually is going to net it out. You had an out at the plate. Really, you could say there's 2 outs in the inning, and post 147 has given Thompson a pair of outs here in the bottom of the first, if you want to look at it that way. The bunt is iffy, but the play at the plate really is a big one. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a slicer, foul again. Back out in the parking lot, still 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Mac Michelson in the lineup tonight, both offensively and defensively. He's new to the lineup tonight for Thompson. And their second baseman, Jacob Olson, playing in a defensive role. New to the defensive alignment for Thompson compared to what we saw on Tuesday. A lot of pitches for Omdahl here in the first. Another set above the belt buckle, another 2-2. This time he got Michelson swinging. Strike 3, blew a fastball by him. Mac Michelson becomes the second strikeout of the inning for Tucker Omdahl, but some defensive miscues for Park River leads to some big damage for Thompson as the Tommies, rather post 181, will score 3 runs on the benefit of 3 hits. They'll leave 2. We've played a full inning. New score in the All-True scoreboard. Thompson 3, Park River nothing. This is our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports, radio and video. More on the way next.
In Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Blue Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters. Something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
We welcome you back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports will go to the top of the second inning, and right now it's a lead for Thompson of 3-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All-True. Regular screenings with All-True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. So out to the hill will go Braden Wolfgram for Thompson, now sporting a 3-0 lead. Faced 4 in the top of the first. Couple of ground balls, a strikeout, 1 runner reached by way of an error. Jamison Arovic will lead things off for Park River to start the second, the designated hitter. And the pitch from Wolfgram bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. This Park River dugout has never been one to be quiet when you see them. They do try to become a factor in a lot of games. You can hear them below us. The 1-0 pitch, that one called a strike on Arovic. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Jamison Arovic, the DH. Arovic hitting for third baseman Isaac Porter in tonight's first matchup. The 1-1 to Arovic. That one drops in for strike 2. No, it does not. That was a ball. Missed low on Arovic. And the count will go to 2 balls and a strike on the DH for Park River. Wolfgram sets, 2-1 offering. That one missed outside for ball 3. We haven't seen Wolfgram fall behind a lot here tonight, but now has to battle back against Arovic at 3 balls and a strike. A set by Wolfgram, the 3-1 pitch. That one called to strike at the knees. Fastball, Arovic steps out to see if that was the bottom of the zone. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Arovic. Swinging a ground ball up the middle on 2 hops. Tom Schumacher, the shortstop, has it and has time. Throws across the diamond for the out. And Jamison Arovic is out 6-3 for out number 1 to start the second. Tom Schumacher makes the easy look very easy, makes the hard look easy. And really doesn't make a whole lot look hard. He makes a ton of plays in that shortstop spot for Thompson and has for 5 years. He's been a regular on the Thompson left side of the infield since being in 8th grade. Trace Anderson at the plate, the catcher. He'll take a pitch for a strike in the inner half. And it's 0-1 on Trace Anderson. Still remains sunny. A little bit of a cooling breeze. Just a beautiful day for baseball. The 0-1 pitch up high. That'll level the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0 lead for Thompson here in the top of the second inning. They jump for 3 in the bottom of the first. 1-1 pitch, a strike. The count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. Wolfgram, not quite a sidearm delivery, kind of a 3/4 delivery that he brings to the plate. He'll set above the belt. And the 1-2 offering, that one was over the top, swung on and hit in the air to center field. Coming on, Jeremy Tice. And Tice will step up and make the catch. Anderson flies out to center for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for Park River in their half of the second. Noah Troftgruben will find his way to the plate for post 147. Both teams in a white base tonight, as we mentioned, but the red, white, and blue look for Park River. The stars on the right sleeve. Troftgruben takes one outside for a ball. Red stripes through a white background on the back and on the chest area with blue numerals and letters for post 147. 1-0 from Wolfgram. Hit high in the air to left field. Underneath that swing was Troftgruben. And Johnny Muse will step up and make the play. Casual fly out to left field. And Park River's out 0 across in their half of the second inning. We will go to the bottom of the second. Thompson on the All-True scoreboard maintains a 3-0 lead over Park River in our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We go to the bottom of the second, and Thompson leading Park River by a score of 3-0 as Braden Tice will come to the plate to lead things off for post 181. That'll be followed up by Dex Advim and Johnny Muse back to the top of the order after 1, as it was an eventful bottom of the first for Tucker Amdahl. Some struggles for Tucker and didn't get a lot of defensive help behind him. Park River kind of gave Thompson 2 free outs in that inning. Led to maybe 1 run, maybe 2, depending upon how you look at it. Braden Tice to the plate. And Tucker Amdahl delivers. Fastball that drops out of Trace Anderson's glove, but it's called a strike. And it's no balls and a strike on Braden Tice. Third baseman for Thompson tonight. The 0-1 from Amdahl. Fastball belt high for strike 2. Tice has got some height to him, and that's going to obviously bring that strike zone up. No balls, 2 strikes. Amdahl's 0-2 pitch, not wasting time, goes right after him. Tice swings and hits one in the air to right field, a drift back by the second baseman, James Larson, and Larson will make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. So with 1 out, bases empty, Dex Advem to the plate for post 181. Led off the game with a single and scored a run on a pass ball. That was the beginning of the undoing, really, in that inning for post 147 when you take a look back at it. Advem stands ready. Pitch on the way to him for a strike. When you look at Advem scoring on a pass ball, Johnny Muse scoring when a throw to the plate does not lead to an out that it should. The 0-1 to Advem, swinging a slicer foul left side. I'll bring the count quickly to no balls and 2 strikes. And the missed rotation play on Muse's bunt, I mean, wow. One could make the argument that none of those runs should have scored back in that inning. The 0-2 pitch to Advem, swinging a high fly ball, shallow center. Aiden Rost is the center fielder. He'll come on, got underneath it, had a bit of trouble with that one. That one nearly popped out of his glove as he came in to get it. Sun might be a factor out there. But out number 2 recorded. And with 2 outs and nobody on, Johnny Muse back to the plate. 3-0 Thompson. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Ultru. Regular screenings with Ultru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit ultru.org or call 780-5000. A 1-0 pitch on the way, and a swing and a chopper towards second base. James Larson takes a high second hop. He's got it, throws over to first to get Johnny Muse, and it's an uneventful second inning for Tucker Amdahl and Park River as Thompson goes away in order, nothing across, and they're half of the second. We will play to the top of the third, and your score after 2 innings of play on the Ultra scoreboard remains Thompson 3 and Park River nothing. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
We welcome you back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports tonight here in Thompson, where it's 3-0. Post 181 leading post 147. Braden Wolfgram back out for another inning of work, getting ready for the Thompson post 147 American Legion baseball team. 3 runs, 3 hits. An error and 2 left so far for Thompson. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on for Park River. But again, despite the fact that Park River doesn't have an error, it was kind of a lack of a defensive presence in that bottom of the first inning that has led to the lead that Thompson has right now. Top of the third is led off by Jackson Amdahl. Wolfgram delivers, and the pitch is called a strike. No balls and a strike on Jackson Amdahl, the shortstop. Amdahl ready. Wolfgram doesn't waste any time either. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball for a strike. It's quickly 0-2. This Thompson program has been built on pace for a long time, going back to when Brady Schwab was coaching this team. They like to move things along. The 0-2 pitch just missed low for a ball. And you saw a bit of that from Tucker Amdahl, the way that the bottom of the second finished up. Got ahead 0-2 pitch to induce a swing, get out of the inning. 1-2 hit foul. Jackson Amdahl chasing one down low to defend the plate. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch just missed low. That one was tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Amdahl, playing the shortstop position tonight for post 147. A set by Wolfgram, the 2-2 pitch. Hot shot, left side line drive right at the third baseman, Tice, for the out. Able to defend that line rather well that time, as Jackson Omdahl sent one down the line that probably should be rolling into the corner for extra bases at this point. And instead, Braden Tice coming up with a nice defensive play for the Thompson post 181 team. Aiden Ross, the center fielder, will come to the plate now for Park River. A set by Wolfgram in the pitch. Misses low for a ball. And the count will go to a ball and no strikes on Aiden Ross. This will finish off the first trip through the order for post 147. The 1-0 pitch. Misses inside. The count will go to 2 balls and no strikes on Aiden Ross. 2-0 pitch. Called a strike. And the count is 2-1 on Ross. 3-0 Thompson here in the top of the third. Things sort of settling in here. 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch called a strike right at the bottom of the zone that time. Nicely delivered by Wolfgram. And we're at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ross ready. The 2-2 from Wolfgram. Curveball just missed him inside. And we'll have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Aiden Ross. And time is called at the plate. Ross wants to get Wolfgram out of his rhythm. That's a headsy thing to do when you're a batter. If you see a pitcher beginning to develop some kind of rhythm like that, maybe it's time to step out, just change up the cadence if nothing else. Try to reset timing back in your favor. Payoff pitch, down low for ball 4. And Aiden Ross will become a base runner. Second one of those today. First walk, but the second base runner for Park River here today. A moment ago, the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This is Braden Tice defending the third baseline pretty well. This is a rope that comes off the bat of Jackson Omdahl to lead off the inning. You can see that hit well, and Tice down at third base, reaching up nonchalantly, making the stab on it, coming up with the catch, but you can see that ball was hit well. No balls at a strike as a James Larson square turns out to be a bluff. He'll take it away. Larson grounded out to start the game on a one-hopper back to the pitcher, Braden Wolfgram. The 0-1 pitch to him. Curveball. He'll drive this into shallow left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. So Rost on to second base. James Larson comes up with a single on his second trip to the plate. And Park River has now put him on at first and second. 1 out in the inning. Let's get that on the board for those of you taking in the video side of things. And with 2 aboard and 1 away, Jake Solsing will come to the plate. And Park River entering opportunity drive here in the third. They've got a good part of their order coming up. Number 2, number 3 with 2 aboard and only 1 out. Pitch on the way to Solsing. Called a strike. No balls and a strike on Jake Solsing, who was the lone strikeout victim for Braden Wolfgram the first trip through the order. Wolfgram with 1 strikeout, 1 walk through the first trip, 1 reaching by way of an error. 0-1 pitch misses away. Count levels up. Got 1 ball, 1 strike. That first trip through, a line drive, 3 ground ball outs. A fly out in there as well. 2 fly outs, as a matter of fact. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a hot shot to right field. That will get in for a base hit. Michelson waiting back on it, picks it up on the run in. There will be a play at the plate, but it won't be in time. Running hard is Aiden Rost all the way around to the plate. And Thompson will see their lead cut to 2. It'll be a 3-1 margin. Take a look at that again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Good shot to right field, and you can see Michelson kind of waiting on that a little bit. Came up with a throw, and the play comes to the plate, but not in time at that point. And Thompson will give 1 back. It'll be 3-1. Still runners at first and second as Solsing comes up with a base hit. And a pitch called the strike on Tucker Omdahl. So 1 in, 2 aboard. And now Tucker Omdahl, the number 3 hitter in this Park River lineup, comes to the plate, trying to challenge the Thompson lead further. Pickoff move back to second, going to trickle out into center field. Schumacher covering the bag from short. Wolfgram kind of throwing to a spot, and it was a pretty alert move by the runner, James Larson. Head first slide coming back in. That really disrupted where the ball could go. Ends up trickling out to center. So first and second. One in, one out. Omdahl waiting at the plate. Wolfgram delivers. Here's a shot foul down the right field line. That's going to drift over to the fence. No balls, 2 strikes on Omdahl. Omdahl reached on an error. A little soft liner to Braden Tice that Tice had to try to go down and catch about ground high. Popped off his glove. Kind of a 50-50, but Tice probably feels like he should have had that one on his glove. He was there. Ruled an error. The 0-2 to Omdahl. Hot shot, foul. He roped that one hard, pulled it to the left. That will be out of play. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Wolfgram finding his challenges the second time through this Park River order. They've made some pretty nice adjustments. Has post 147. The 0-2. Hot shot left side. Schumacher gobbles it up. Throws to second base. That should be the only out they get. Relay throw not going to be in time. Tucker Omdahl will ground into a fielder's choice and reach. Solsing is forced. 6-4 at second for out number 2 in the inning. And James Larson will move on to third. They're at the corners with 2 away. And Kieran Sullivan will come to the plate now for Park River. These 2 teams, the top 2 seeds going into the high school baseball tournament at the end of the year in Fargo, back in the early part of this month. Pitch on the way, up high for ball 1 to Kieran Sullivan. Sullivan was the top hitter on that team. We'll take a look at that with our game fuel that we have coming up for you in a moment. Runners their leads from first and third. A look towards first. The 1-0 pitch is low. Game fuel presented tonight by Circle K. With 4 locations and growing in Grand Forks. Drew Odenbach, a really nice game against Mayport when we were here last. Dex Advem, good defensive game. He's got a hit tonight. Tucker Omdahl, the top pitcher for Park River. Kieran Sullivan, the top hitter for Park River. Those were the 2 players that jumped off the page coming into this one. Game fuel brought to you by Circle K. Their new location from the ground up on South Washington, 24/7, 365. Ready for you. Car wash in tow. Beverage bar, frozen food section, all at Circle K. And again, with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, service for you. Circle K bringing you our game fuel tonight. 2 balls and a strike to Kieran Sullivan. Bluff to third, pick off to first. They would have had him, but the ball popped out of Caden Loyland's glove. That's a wrinkle in the Legion game that you have to be ready for. That 5-3 move is illegal in the high school game. You cannot bluff to third, turn and throw to first, but Legion uses the Major League Baseball rule book, and it's perfectly legal at that level. They had a runner hung out to dry, but the ball couldn't be gloved. The 2-1 to Sullivan. He'll duck down on that one and misses high. And it's 3 balls and a strike on Kieran Sullivan, who grounded out to third his first time up. 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs, 1 in the inning. 3-1 pitch, nubbed foul. That's off the body of Sullivan in the box. And that'll fill the count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Omdahl running at first base for Park River is going to get a jump on the pitch. And they're going to give Kieran Sullivan some time to walk it off as home plate umpire Ryan Ingeman will take the slow walk out to the pitcher's mound to deliver the new ball to Braden Wolfgram, just giving the hitter an opportunity to reset. 2 hits, a walk. Park River trailing by 2 in the top of the third, looking to cut into the lead further. Wolfgram sets, Sullivan waiting, runner goes, and that one misses low for ball 4, and they'll be loaded for Park River in the third inning. Second walk issued by Braden Wolfgram tonight. It loads the bases. Larson remains at third, Omdahl on to second, Sullivan will go to first, and Dex Advem, the catcher for Thompson, will go out to have a word with Braden Wolfgram. No movement yet by the Thompson coaches. 7th man in the inning to come to the plate for Park River is Jamison Arovic. Arovic stands ready, and the pitch to him. Misses low for ball 1. Ball and no strikes on Arovic. Thompson leading 3-1 on the all-true scoreboard. And the 1-0 pitch, Arovic swings and hits one back to the screen. That'll bring the count to a ball and a strike. Arovic a ground out to shortstop. back in his first at-bat in the second inning. Wolfgram will rock into his set, and the 1-1 offering. Curveball, misses low. Advem knocks it down, lost track of it for a moment. Keeps it close. And it's 2 balls and a strike on Aravik. Thompson by 2, Park River threatening kind of the old-fashioned way here. Couple of walks, couple of hits, moving them around. 2-1 pitch, check swing, it's called a strike. And the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. They may have called that a swing at the plate. Aravik was asking if that pitch was in the strike zone, so they may have ruled that a strike on the swing rather than on the pitch. A set by Wolfgram. The 2-2 to Aravik. Just missed low for ball 3, and here we go. There's no place to put Aravik. They're loaded. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes an action moment in the game. Wolfgram looking for an out to get out of a big jam. Aravik trying to drive in a run or more. A set by Wolfgram. The 3-2 pitch. Got him. Strike 3. Rung him up at the plate. Aravik is rung up looking. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Not sure why he didn't go after it. Wolfgram gets his second strikeout, and Park River gets a run but leaves them full in their half of the third inning. It'll be a run on 2 hits, and they will leave 3. We've played 2.5. New score on the All True scoreboard. Thompson 3 and Park River 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
We make our way to the bottom of the third. Park River is able to scratch a run across in their half of the third inning, but leave the bases loaded. A big opportunity that Park River comes up a bit empty on. They're back within 2. Your score 3-1 as we make our way to the bottom of the third inning. Thompson will send up Thomas Schumacher, Braden Wolfgram, and Drew Odenbach. Our changeover is brought to you by Big Jim's Tire. They are the #1 supplier of ag tires in the region and Apex Apparel. Your hometown, quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks, bringing you our changeovers between innings tonight. Thomas Schumacher walked and scored back in the first inning. And Schumacher stands ready to lead things off at the bottom of the third against Tucker Amdahl, who's worked 2 innings thus far, had 1 eventful inning, had 1 1-2-3 inning. Pitch to Schumacher, check swing. We're going to call that on the swing. Schumacher going around, and the count will go to no balls and a strike. Amdahl takes a look in for his sign. Has what he's looking for, the 0-1 pitch. Misses away for ball 1. Boy, again, you go back to that. Dex Advem scores on a pass ball. Johnny Muse bunts his way on an errant rotation play by Park River. There's a couple of situations that shouldn't have happened. Play at the plate. 1-1 pitch called a strike on Schumacher. Runner coming home from third. Throw came to the plate, but catcher Trace Anderson thought it was a 4, stepped on the plate instead of making the tag. There's 3 plays right there that lead to 3 runs. 1-2 pitches in the turf. The count will go to 2-2. But when you look at the game right now, it's 3-1 Thompson. That was a big number that was on the board. You go back and recap how the first inning played out, and Park River has an argument to say this should be a 1-0 ball game in their favor right now. 2 balls, 2 strike pitch to Schumacher. Holds up on a swing. It missed just low and away. Amdahl wanted that one, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Thomas Schumacher to start the Thompson half of the third. Payoff pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Schumacher around on a fastball with some pretty good heat. Tucker Amdahl has his 3rd strikeout tonight. And with 1 out on the bases empty, Braden Wolfgram will come to the plate for Thompson. That'll be 5 in a row that have been sent down by Tucker Amdahl. 2 strikeouts, a pop out and a fly out, and really not a lot of good contact against him for a while. Breaking pitch drops in on Wolfgram, and the count is no balls and a strike. Wolfgram reached on a fielder's choice. That was the errant play at the plate. Was later stranded back in the first. The 0-1 to Wolfgram. Misses high. Levels up, 1 ball, 1 strike. It was Wolfgram that hit the hot shot down to third with Johnny Muse standing there, swinging a flare foul, twisting out a play on the right. That'll push the count to a ball and 2 strikes. But Wolfgram's play to third, Isaac Porter had it on 1 hop and had Johnny Muse in front of him going down the line. But the previous play had been bases loaded in a wild pitch that allowed Advem to score. And Park River forgot that the force was no longer in play. The play came to the plate, and Trace Anderson stepped on the plate thinking he had an out, did not apply a tag. Muse scored. 2-2 pitch to Wolfgram. Hot shot, right side, 1 hopper on the ground to second baseman James Larson. He'll backhand it and make the play, and Wolfgram is out number 2 of the Thompson second, rather third. 2 out, nobody on. 6 in a row put down by Tucker Amdahl. And Drew Odenbach will come to the plate for post 181. Odenbach 3 for 3 on Tuesday night against Mayport CG. 3 singles, scored a pair of runs. He'll take a breaking pitch for a strike. No balls and a strike on Drew Odenbach. Amdahl looks very comfortable. He found some comfort about midway through that first inning. This one up and over Drew Odenbach's head. But he settled in behind a fastball that he was locating pretty well and has been a pretty good force in the matchup for Park River since he found his stride. The 1-1 to Odenbach, that one high. 2 balls and a strike. Post 6 is away. Grand Forks, the Royals down in Omaha, taking in the sights and sounds of the College World Series. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Odenbach out in front of a ball ducking down. The count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. They play some games down there. I know they had 1 on the schedule, but there might have been a few more that hadn't been scheduled yet. The 2-2 to Odenbach, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Tucker Amdahl. Another 1-2-3 inning, and Amdahl has struck out 4 so far today. Nothing cooking for Thompson. And their half of the third inning, we played 3 full, and we'll go to the middle inning. And your score here in Thompson is Thompson 3 and Park River 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. And we're back with more in just a couple of moments. Stay with us.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional items shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
We go to the top of the 4th inning, middle inning, and our middle inning brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Park River will lead it off with Trace Anderson at the plate, and Anderson takes a strike from Braden Wolfgram, and your count is no balls and a strike on Trace Anderson, followed by Noah Troffgruben and Jackson Amdahl due up here in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 pitch, called a strike. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Anderson, a fly out to center field his first time up against Braden Wolfgram. The 0-2, swing and a miss. This one gets away from Advem. It's not caught. And Trace Anderson will kind of begin the obligatory jog down the first base line, knowing that he's going to be thrown out. Wolfgram records his 3rd strikeout, and the play will be 2-3 to force the out. And Noah Troffgruben will come to the plate now for Thompson, or rather for Park River. Fly out to left field for Troffgruben in his first time up tonight. Wolfgram delivers for a strike. High Plains Water bringing you our middle inning. Take the chemicals out of your water, put the taste into it with a treatment system from High Plains Water. No more scaly buildup, cleaner laundry, The 0-1 pitch is high. Count will go to a ball and a strike. And appliances that last longer, High Plains Water, they're your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Troff-Gruben with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Wolfgram delivers, swinging a foul that will get back to the screen. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Noah Troff-Gruben. 3-1 lead for Thompson in the top of the 4th inning. Troff-Gruben sets. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch misses high. And that pushes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Troff-Gruben on the inside corner. Got him looking. Strike 3. Noah Troff-Gruben may be surprised by that one. Looked like a really good pitch, though, on the inner half of the plate. And just no chance in that situation for him to make a good swing at it. 2 up, 2 down as Wolfgram begins to find a stride now as well for Thompson, the matchup. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, it's Jackson Omdahl to the plate. He'll take a pitch for a strike at the knees. And it's no balls and a strike on Jackson Omdahl. Wolfgram trying to get back to an efficient run through the gear of the 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball that's up and over the pitcher's mound. This will be charged by Jacob Olson. He's got some time. By about a half step has Omdahl over at first base for really the only excitement of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for Park River and their half of the 4th. We're halfway home here in Thompson tonight. And your score remains 3-1 Thompson over Park River on our All-True scoreboard. We continue along with our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill. As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Jeremy Tice will lead things off for Thompson in the bottom of the 4th inning. And we'll see Tucker Omdahl deliver to him. Tice will fight one off, foul to the left. And the count will go to a ball and no strikes, rather no balls and a strike on Jeremy Tice. It's 3-1 in favor of Thompson. Middle inning continues, brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. Tice waiting. Tucker Omdahl shakes off a sign, has what he's looking for, the 0-1. Missed away. The count levels up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeremy Tice, a fly out to right field back in the 1st inning. That was his only time up so far tonight. He stands ready. The 1-1 from Omdahl. Drives one to center field. Fairly well hit. Aiden Ross back after it. Makes a couple of back steps and will make the catch. And Tice sends a rocket out to center field, but ultimately out number 1 of the inning. Middle inning brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel. They're here for you for your repairs that you need throughout this ongoing agricultural season. You break a shaft, you have a twisted shaft, you need a hole tightened. They've got you covered at Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Stop and see them. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, 1812 Gateway Drive. Caden Loyland will take a pitch for a ball. And the count will go to a ball and no strikes. Loyland, 1 of 3 hits so far tonight for Thompson. Had an RBI double against Mayport back on Tuesday night. The 1-0 is high and away. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. And Tucker Omdahl has now set down 8 in a row, dating back to a strikeout on Mac Michelson in the 1st. 2-0 pitch taken for a strike by Loyland. Outer half. And it's 2 balls and a strike. 4 strikeouts, a walk tonight so far for Omdahl. And a bunch of miscues in the 1st inning that continue to haunt him at this point on the scoreboard. Count goes to 3-1. Not his miscues, defensive miscues. Bunt single on what should have been a sacrifice play. bad rotation play, bad play at the plate that was thought to be a force that instead was not a force play. 3-1 pitch, swung on and grounded to first base. Slow roller, gloved by Solsing. He's got time to go over to first for himself for the out. And Loyland will ground out for out number 2 in the Thompson fourth, and that will bring Mac Michelson to the plate. You throw the pass ball into that, and really it was just kind of a mess for Park River defensively in that first inning. They had a mound visit from their coaching staff, and they seem to have settled in since then, including Tucker Omdahl doing the work on the mound. Pitch misses high for ball 1 on Mac Michelson. 9 in a row that have been put down by Omdahl. A ball and no strikes, the 1-0 pitch. That one called the strike inside corner. And it's a ball and a strike on Mac Michelson, who was one of 4 strikeout victims. That came back in the first inning. Michelson swings and misses. Count a ball and 2 strikes. Good fastball delivery again from Omdahl. That's been his pitch du jour here tonight, although his breaking pitch has been very good as well. The 1-2, another fastball, swung on, hit foul. And we see Omdahl do this a lot. We've seen him do it a couple of times tonight. You get ahead in the count, couple of fastballs back to back, and he brings them up on the location. We'll see if he goes to that breaking pitch downstairs here. 1-2, there's the breaking pitch, but he hung it. It's driven into left field, and a diving catch is made out in left field by the left fielder, Noah Troffgruben. Nice play coming on for Noah Troffgruben to take a base hit away from Mac Michelson for a 1-2-3 inning for Park River's defense. Look at it again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and this is a heck of a play that you'll see here coming up as Mac Michelson was at the plate, and he ends up sending this one to left field, and a long running diving stab that's made out in left field. Really nice play that's set up there. Replays brought to you by American Family Insurance, and the defensive gem of the night for Noah Troffgruben. We played 4. Your score is Thompson 3 and Park River 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. And we've got more coming up for you in just a couple of moments. Do stay with us.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill. As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
We get started here in the top of the 5th inning, and after 4 innings of play, Thompson is leading Park River by a score of 3-1 as we make our way towards the top of the 5th, and Park River comes to the plate with Aiden Rost leading things off, the center fielder. Rost will nub one foul and then hit one foul back behind us, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Aiden Rost. A run and a pair of hits so far for Park River. 3 runs on 3 hits for Thompson, and Park River a victim of their own bad circumstances defensively as a swing and a miss from Ross. He's blown down on strikes by Braden Wolfgram, who's now struck out 5 here tonight and is beginning to find a rhythm of his own as Ross goes down for out number 1 here in the 5th. And that'll bring James Larson to the plate. So a little bit of a run now, 5 in a row. In the last 5, 4 strikeouts for Braden Wolfgram. James Larson to the plate. Larson will take a pitch, low for a ball. Good trip through the bottom half of the order for Braden Wolfgram the second time through. 4 strikeouts and a ground ball out to second. 1-0. This one sliced back to the pitcher. 1 hopper for Wolfgram. He'll roll over towards first base. An underhand flip to get Larson. Out number 2 recorded in a quick top of the 5th rolling along as Larson becomes out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. And Jake Solsing, a single back in the 3rd inning, will come to the plate. 3-1 lead for Thompson here in the top of the 5th. We'll see a set by Wolfgram. And the pitch, swinging a ground ball to right side. Jacob Olson coming on to charge it. Took a little time with that, and he's safe at first base, beating it out. We've seen Jacob Olson a little unsure of himself over at second base throughout the course of the night. He stayed back on that ball and comes up throwing and isn't going to make it on time. I'm not sure how you score that situation. That's a tough one. But nonetheless, there's a runner aboard for Solsing, and Tucker Amdahl will come to the plate. And Amdahl lines a shot foul to the left side. They're going to rule that an error on Thompson. That'll be the second error of the game. That puts Solsing on the bag. And I got to agree with that one. That's one that Jacob Olson can come up and make a play on. And he kind of stayed back on it. The 0-1 pitch in the turf. It bounces. Advem back picks, and now they've got a runner hung up. The throw to second base, and a tag applied at second base, and out at the bag will be the runner Jake Solsing as Tom Schumacher comes over and applies the tag to retire Solsing. So the defense gives one up. The defense gets one back. Advem back picking on Solsing. The play will be 2 to 3 to 6 for out number 3, and that's going to put down Park River in their half of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, an error, no one left. We played 4.5. New score here from Thompson. No, it's not a new score. It's the same score. Thompson 3 and Park River 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
Well, you're going to hear the 6 o'clock whistle going off in the background as Braden Tice steps in to lead things off for Thompson in the Thompson half of the 5th. Nifty defensive play to gun down a runner for Park River in the Park River half of the 5th. And it keeps it a 3-1 ball game. Thompson on top on the all-true scoreboard. Tice swings and hits one foul. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Braden Tice. Tice 0 for 1 with a pop out to the second baseman out in shallow center field tonight. Tice ready, the 0-2 pitch, chased it, check swing, and they will say that he went. Now Tice can run if he wants to, but Tice will be tagged out at the plate, so that'll be a strikeout for Tucker Amdahl. And the play will be 2 unassisted for out number 1 on Braden Tice at the plate. Let's set up our scoreboard for you. We had a couple of things that we had to take care of there in between innings. So we'll get to the bottom of the 5th here on the scoreboard. 1 out in the inning. And Dex Advem back to the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. And Advem check swings one right back to Amdahl. One hopper that Amdahl's got. He'll throw to first base for the out. And 2 are away as Advem hops one back on a check swing to pitcher Tucker Amdahl for the second out. And Amdahl is on a roll. 12 in a row retired by Tucker Amdahl. So with 2 outs and nobody aboard here in the bottom of the 5th, Johnny Muse to the plate for Thompson. And Muse will watch as one gets away from catcher Trace Anderson and goes back to the screen. A ball and no strikes. Johnny Muse 1 for 2 with a run scored. He'll take one high. Was told this by my broadcast colleague from Grafton back on Tuesday night. Grafton's Tony Villarreal struck out 21 Larimore batters. Here's a swing and a drive into the right center field gap. Johnny Muse is able to put one towards the wall. He'll turn around first base, digging his way towards second, and Johnny Muse finds some offense with a stand-up double. We'll get back to that with Villarreal in a moment. Let's take a look at that on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And Johnny Muse roping a double into that right center field gap. Sees one up and puts one out there. And, boy, that one was perfectly placed between the outfield. You see that popping towards the wall. No chance to get him. And Johnny Muse finds himself rolling into second base to be a 2-out runner in scoring position on just the 4th hit of the night for Thompson. And now Tom Schumacher is at the plate. Schumacher takes one low. Muse will hold up. Back to that game on Tuesday night, Tony Villarreal struck out 21 Larimore batters and hit a 2-run home run, but he would have had a perfect game on 21 strikeouts if not for a bunt single in the 5th. Oh, man. Who breaks up a 21 strikeout perfect game with a bunt single, right? 1-0 pitch. Here's a high fly ball to right field. In the gap, but playable. Kieran Sullivan running over. He'll be called off by the center fielder, Aiden Ross. And Thomas Schumacher will fly out to center field for out number 3. Double wasted by Thompson broke up a run of 12 in a row that had been set down by the hurler Tucker Amdahl for Park River. No runs on a hit, 1 left on, 5 in the books here in Thompson. And your score on the All-True scoreboard remains Thompson 3, Park River 1. Changeovers brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region, and brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks. We're back with more next on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We are on our way to the top of the 6th inning. This one began to drag a little bit back in the early innings and all of a sudden picked up some steam as both pitchers found a rhythm. 3-1 Thompson on the All-True scoreboard, as we will see Park River leading off with Tucker Amdahl to start things off in the 6th. Thompson on top by 2. Amdahl's been aboard twice tonight, once by way of an error, once by way of a fielder's choice. He swings and misses at a breaking pitch from Wolfgram, and it's no balls and a strike. Scoreboard updates are brought to you tonight by All True. Wolfgram shaking off a couple of signs and delivers 0-1 to Amdahl, swing and a miss at a breaking pitch. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. alltrue.org or 780-5000. Amdahl ready. The 0-2 from Wolfgram. Shot right back to Wolfgram. Line drive, and Braden Wolfgram puts a glove on it for out number 1. Well, there's been a couple of well-hit balls tonight for Park River that just have not been able to find a gap or a hole or anything. And another line drive shot. This time Amdahl makes the play. Right back up the middle. 1 out, nobody on. Kieran Sullivan steps in. Swinging a high fly ball in the infield. Thomas Schumacher drifting back. And the shortstop will make the play. Sullivan will pop up to the shortstop. 2 up, 2 down quickly. And Park River down to just 4 outs in the game, which is the part of this that stands out now because you're in your number 5 hitter. And if you can't extend an inning here, you might not get back to the top of the order in the 7th. You're looking at the bottom half having to produce for you in the 7th inning. Jamison Arovic takes a pitch low and away for ball 1. 3-1 Thompson by 2. And a first inning that Park River defensively would kind of like to forget at this point. The 1-0, that one misses low for ball 2. Arovic tonight 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a strikeout. Wolfgram stands ready. 2-0 pitch. High and tight for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes on Jamison Arovic. Arovic stands ready. The 3-0, he's taken all the way. It's low for ball 4, and that's a 4-pitch walk. And that really is probably the first at-bat tonight where we've seen Braden Wolfgram just not really be that competitive in it. Yeah, we may see a move here by Park River's bench. We mentioned that the pressure is on to try to come up with something here that they can utilize to extend an inning, because if you don't do that, you're going to end up in a place where you're going to have to rely on, you're going to see a situation where you're going to have the bottom of your order produce. It looks like Torin Beneda has come in to run for Jamison Arovic. So Beneda will come in to run for post 147. And Carter Troftgruben will come to the plate to bat for Trace Anderson. So a couple of changes here. Carter Troftgruben at the plate. Beneda at first base, and Troftgruben grounds one deep in the hole at short. Schumacher's got it. Long throw across the diamond. Got him. Textbook. Troftgruben into the hole. Usually you can make a play to stay on base if you hit one there. But against Thomas Schumacher, going to be a tough call. And Park River once again is turned away in their half of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We played 5.5. Your score on the All-True scoreboard remains Thompson 3 and Park River 1. This is our coverage of high school baseball, Legion baseball rather, on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Thompson will make a play to try to tack on as they lead by a score of 3-1. Looking at an opportunity to try to put this one in the win column against Park River coming up the next time they're out on defense. And stepping in to try to start the charge is Braden Wolfgram, and he hits one well into left field, and this one's going to get over Noah Troftgruben's head, and Wolfgram going to be able to run a while. He'll jog his way into second base, and it's a leadoff double for Braden Wolfgram to start the 6th inning. So Braden Wolfgram comes up big. We take a look at it in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and Wolfgram just waiting, got one belt high and knew what to do with it. Drove this one deep out into the deepest part of the ballpark, way out by the goalposts. And Wolfgram, an easy play to run for a while to come up with the double. And it's back-to-back innings with an extra base hit for Thompson. And now Drew Odenbach to the plate for post 181, trying to bring across what could be a crucial tack-on run for Thompson. They lead by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch misses high for a ball. Odenbach, a pair of strikeouts tonight. One swinging in the 1st, one looking in the 3rd. He bats here in the 6th. Wolfgram away from second base. And the pitch misses away for ball 2. Tucker Omdahl still in to pitch here in the 6th for Park River. A lead away from second base by Wolfgram. Odenbach plenty capable at the plate. This is a good stick to have up if you're Thompson in this situation. The 2-0 called a strike. Bottom of the zone on Odenbach. From his reaction, I'm not sure that Drew liked that one being called the strike down there. Count 2 balls and a strike on Odenbach. See what Omdahl does here. He likes to go down, back up. 2-1 pitch. That one in the zone. Swing and a miss by Odenbach for a strike. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Odenbach's had some pretty good swings tonight. Maybe hasn't looked as comfortable at the plate as he did against Mayport CG, and it's going to have a lot to do with the guy that's out on the hill pitching for Park River. A set, look back at second, the 2-2. Curveball, Odenbach takes it inside for ball 3. And it's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Drew Odenbach. At second base, Braden Wolfgram for Thompson. Three balls, 2 strikes. Odenbach standing ready. And the payoff pitch. He'll lift it foul. And stays alive for another at-bat. So the count 3-2. And holding for Drew Odenbach. Odenbach standing ready. Tucker Omdahl taking a look in for his sign. He'll set above the belt. And the payoff again to Odenbach. He got a piece of it and fouls it off. That one came in low on Trace Anderson, and Anderson was not quite able to hold on to it. Not sure if he'd have been able to glove that one or not. Had he been able to glove that one, that might have been an opportunity for a strikeout situation. But Odenbach will be ready once again. Another 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up to Drew Odenbach. 3-1 lead for Thompson. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Thompson trying to tack on. A leadoff double from Braden Wolfgram. He's at second with nobody out. Omdahl delivers. Missed inside, ball 4, and Drew Odenbach is aboard with just the second walk issued by Tucker Omdahl tonight. So that's a tough one. Hasn't been a big night for walks for anybody. Tucker Omdahl's done a pretty good job of locating pitches and kind of pounding the zone a little bit tonight as well. And just a situation there where that one got away from him. And so 2 aboard now as a threat begins to build for Thompson. Jeremy Tice will come to the plate. Corners in, the first baseman's in, anticipating a bunt here with nobody out. Tice is swinging, and Tice comes up empty. No balls and a strike on Jeremy Tice. Tice, couple of flyouts, 1 to right, 1 to left so far tonight. Tice stands ready. Runners from first and second, the 0-1. He's out in front of a breaking pitch. The count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes. Jeremy Tice waiting. Has gone to right, has gone to center. He's hit the ball the other way. The 0-2. Check swings one here and just kind of fights it off foul. Just brought the bat out to get a little piece of it so he could stay alive in the at-bat. And Tice will step out and reset. No balls, 2 strikes. Jeremy Tice ready. Runners from first and second. Omdahl looking back at second. The 0-2. Tice hits one a mile. Pulled this one foul. And that one, I didn't see it come down. Did it hit the school or did it hit up on the roof? Onto the roof. Long foul ball. That's what they're telling him downstairs right now. It's just a long foul ball. And it may be. But that will make you think twice with a couple of runners aboard. Still no balls at 2 strikes. Tice staying alive in the at-bat. Omdahl takes a look back at second base, the 0-2, and Tice fouls off another. Good at-bat here for Jeremy Tice. Tice stands ready again. Runners again from first and second. And Omdahl delivers 0-2. Tice swings and hits a ground ball to second base. Little tough handle by James Larson. He's got it for 1, but Tice beats it out going down the line. Moves a runner over to third. Odenbach will be forced. It'll be 4-6 for out number 1. Jeremy Tice will reach on a fielder's choice. He advances a runner. Maybe the hard way, but got it done. And with 1 out in the inning, we're going to see Thompson have runners at the corners and Caden Loyland set to come to the plate. And this will be an offensive conference now as head coach Nate Solis wants to come down the line and talk with his batter. So we'll see what they're planning on doing here. This would give you the thought maybe that they're thinking about putting on a special. So we'll see what they come up with here, but they're going to talk about things with a runner down at third base. And again, could be an important run. You lead by 2 right now, but it hasn't been a strong offensive night really for anybody. And you'd really like to rebuild that 3-run lead coming in. Plus, if you're Thompson, kind of feel like Park River gave you a couple of runs back in that first inning. You'd like to do something decisive here at the end of the game. So runners on first and third following the offensive conference. Loyland stands ready. Amdahl will come set. Looking at the runner at third. Pitch to Loyland. He'll take it away for ball 1. A ball and no strikes. 3-1 Thompson in the bottom of the 6th inning. Matchup of the top 2 seeds in the state high school tournament playing here in the regular season. And it's been a hard-fought defensive game with a couple of really good pitching performances tonight. 1-0 pitch down low. The count will go to 2-0. And as it stands right now, the team that's done a little bit more defensively has the advantage. Park River had some opportunities in the first inning, just a margin of error that's very small against Thompson, and it kind of got away from it at least to this point. 2-0 pitch, curveball, roped foul. Loyland went down to get it. We talk about, that gives you a sense that, we think the game is completed. It's certainly not completed by any stretch of the imagination. Just in the evaluation of how the game went, pass ball, bad rotation on a bunt, not quite in the game on a force play that wasn't a force, and that's the difference in this game right now. Bunt is shown by Loyland. He actually put the bat out in front of the plate. And it'll be a strike. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Loyland squared and offered is the call. Then that pitch hit Trace Anderson behind the plate, and home plate umpire Ryan Ingeman's going to give him an opportunity to get himself reset. Two balls, 2 strikes. Jeremy Tice has good speed at first base. This would be an opportunity now with 2 strikes in the count where you might think about taking one if you're Coach Nate Solis. A set by Amdahl, the 2-2, and it'll be swung on and hit foul by Loyland. He fights it off the other way. I'm a bit surprised that Tice hasn't been going anywhere during the at-bat. It's a very patient way to play it here for Thompson with that speed with Tice, but obviously that run at third means a lot. You don't want to run yourself out of an inning either. It's got to be tempting, though, with Tice on first base to see if you can snag another. Loyland ready. Base hit on the night. The 2-2 to him again. That one hit him. It bounced. Loyland says it hit him. And that means that Loyland's going to grab a bag. So Loyland is hit by a pitch. If it bounces and hits you, it still hits you. And Kalen Loyland knew it right away. He said, hey, that ball hit me. So now Thompson loads the bases. And Mac Michelson will find his way to the plate. 3-1 game for Thompson in the bottom of the 6th inning. The bases loaded with 1 out. The infield comes in for a play at the plate. Not able to afford to give up anything else. And the pitch to Michelson misses away for ball 1. A ball and no strikes to Michelson. A strikeout in the first and was out on a ground ball to the pitcher. He'll take a pitch for a strike. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson now trying to crack through with production in the bottom of their lineup as well, as Park River will have 7, 8, 9 coming to the plate their half of the 7th. 1-1. Michelson swings and grounds it to third. It's knocked down by Porter. His throw to the plate going to be in time, just holding a toe on the plate is catcher Trace Anderson. Porter knocks it down, makes the play to the plate to force Wolfgram, and that's a big out to get, the second out recorded. It took a little bit of time for Porter to retrieve the ball after knocking it down, but he knew he had one place to go. couldn't afford to give up the run. The throw was high, and it caught Anderson leaning out a little bit, but he was able to keep maybe a part of a cleat on the top of the plate. 2 outs, base is still loaded. Braden Tice to the plate for Thompson. And Tice will take a strike. No balls and a strike on Braden Tice. A pop out to second base and a strikeout to his night so far. He's 0 for 2. Amdahl delivers. The 0-1 hit high in the air to center. Aiden Rost is underneath it. He'll come up and make the catch in center field, and Thompson will leave the bases loaded in their half of the 6th inning. A nice job done by Park River to get out of a jam. No runs on a hit. They're left loaded for Thompson. We will go to the top of the 7th inning through 6. Your score is Thompson 3 and Park River 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks.
Well, we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Thompson leading Park River by a score of 3-1 on the All True scoreboard as we make our way to the top of the 7th. Our changeovers tonight brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region, and also brought to you this evening by our friends at Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks as we go to the top of the 7th. And Thompson leading by a score of 3-1, a chance to tack on in their half of the 6th. That comes up empty. Bottom third due up for Park River. Noah Troffgruben leads it off, and he swings and fouls one off, and the count will go to no balls and a strike. Our post-game report tonight will include the highlights of the matchup. We'll go right to our plays of the night coming up after the completion of the game. Should it end here with our highlights brought to you by Proseed. The 0-1 pitch. Hot shot, left field, could drop, long run, nobody gets there. Leadoff single for Noah Troffgruben for Park River. And the tying run comes to the plate here in the top of the 7th for Park River as Jackson Amdahl will step in. So Jackson Amdahl to the plate, a line out and a ground out so far tonight. 3-1 lead for Thompson, nobody out for Park River in the top of the 7th. Wolfgram delivers, and it's a strike. Post-game report will be brought to you by Spray Advantage. Everything you need for spraying an application on your farm, and by Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. The 0-1 pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner, and it's no balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Amdahl. Amdahl hit one on the screws to third back in the 3rd inning. And grounded out to the second baseman in the 4th. The 0-2 to him. Chopper on the infield. Could be a tough play. A long run at third. Picked up there by Tice. He'll throw to second base for an out. And now there has been no throw to first. That's going to be a double play. Or is it not? No, it will not be. They got the out at second. And the out at second will allow a runner to occupy first base. So this should not be a double play. This should be 1 out at second base. That should be the correct call. Gabe Salander, our base umpire, will come talk to Ryan Ingeman, our plate umpire. So the runner at first, Noah Troffgruben, did not move, but he is forced. He has no legal right to occupy first base on a force play, which means that once the ball's hit on the ground, Jackson Amdahl has the right to first base. So Amdahl went to first base, touched up legally, and should be safe at first base, and Noah Troffgruben will be out, and that's going to be the call. It takes some time to work that one through just because it's a very awkward play, but it's the right play. So Tice will throw to second base for the out. I believe the call will be 5-6 for out number 1 at second base, and Amdahl will reach on a fielder's choice. 1 out in the 7th, and Aiden Rost will come to the plate now for Park River. Pitch on the way to him, a swing and a miss for a strike. If it's not a force play, again, the rule is that two runners do not have the right to occupy a base legally at the same time, but whether or not a runner is forced is who determines who gets to occupy the base. The 0-1, little flyer on the infield, little nub shot, flip to second for one, double play attempt, not going to be in time. Omdahl will be forced as Olsen flips the ball to Schumacher for the first out of the play, second out of the inning. Aiden Rost will reach on a fielder's choice. Park River does the job to an extent. They do extend the game. They'll get back to the top of the order. James Larson will come to the plate with 2 outs, and his team down by 2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Pickoff move to first base, and diving back in safely is Aiden Ross. Larson 1 for 3 with a single back in the third, part of Park River leaving the bases loaded tonight back in that inning. And the pitch to him misses away for ball 1. Sun coming back out after slipping behind a cloud here in Thompson. Boy, we can't argue with the night we've had. 1-0 pitch called to strike. Wind beginning to change a little bit coming out of the southeast now. That could lead to rain coming up for us this weekend. We've talked a lot about that, maybe even some coming up here tonight if a storm were to brew up. A set by Wolfgram, the 1-1 pitch. Called to strike. Fastball right down the middle. And Park River's down to their final strike. This would be one that Park River would not feel good about losing based on how that first inning went. They threw goose eggs after that. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, got him. Strike 3, 6 strikeouts on the night for Braden Wolfgram as James Larson goes down swinging. And Park River will be defeated as Thompson comes up with a masterpiece. A 3-hit, 1-run ball game for Wolfgram tonight, and some defensive help behind him. And the defensive help that was not there for Park River back in the bottom of the first is what really determines this game tonight. For Park River in the 7th, no runs on a hit. They leave 1. We've played 6.5. We're done. Your final score tonight here in Thompson is post 181-3 and post 147-1. Thompson with a win over Park River. We have our post-game report on the way next, so do stay with us. This is our coverage of high school baseball, Legion baseball rather, on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. We'll go to our highlights coming up next. Our post-game report is on the way.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
We welcome you to our postgame report tonight here in Thompson, and Thompson comes up with a win over Park River. Your final score 3-1 this evening. Thompson with the win. Postgame report brought to you by Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College this evening. And let's take a moment as we start our postgame report to show you how this thing got done here tonight with our plays of the night. And our plays of the night are brought to you tonight by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net. Well, this one was a defensive struggle tonight. Couple of nice defensive plays that we had in this one tonight. First of all, we see a play from Mac Michelson for Thompson. This is a ball that he hit pretty well tonight for the Tommies. Lifts this one high in the air. Noah Troftgruben coming on for Park River. Diving catch made in left field to take one away. But for the second consecutive night that we're out here, Dex Advim, the young catcher, comes up with a play. A back pick on a runner. Turns into a tag out at second base. Some really solid execution on a pickoff move by by Thompson's defense there to keep Park River off the scoreboard and end an inning. A little bit of offense at the end of the game tonight as the extra base hit came out to play. This was Johnny Muse coming to the plate, and Muse swings and drives one into the right center field gap to come up with an extra base hit. That would be the first of a pair of extra base hits on the night for Thompson to finish up the game. The second would come from Braden Wolfgram in the sixth inning. Wolfgram got all of this one and drove it out to about the deepest part of the ballpark. Who knows where that one is if there's a fence out there. Wolfgram glides his way into second base, and those are our plays of the night. Brought to you by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net. But in the end, Thompson couldn't find a way to score even with that one out, or rather two out double in the fifth inning and a leadoff double in the sixth inning. At one point tonight, Tucker Amdahl set down 12 in a row before that one was broken up by Johnny Muse in the sixth inning, or rather in the fifth inning. Tucker Amdahl settled in after a tough first inning. But for those of you that are joining us for the postgame report tonight, Park River was done in the first this evening. Dex Advim with a single. The bases are eventually loaded, and then a passed ball scored Advim, and really it started out before that. Advim reaches, and Johnny Muse lays down a bunt, and there's a bad rotation play. That was the first bad play of the night for Park River. Second baseman rotates over to first to defend the bunt. The first baseman didn't really come after the ball. A late break by the pitcher, Tucker Amdahl. He couldn't get to the ball. Turns out to roll right out to where the second baseman would have been. No chance to get to it for anybody. Muse reached. Tom Schumacher walked. So that was blow number one. Blow number two was the pass ball. Advim scores on a ball that gets away from Anderson. That was the second bad blow that came up there. And then Braden Wolfgram reaches on a fielder's choice that scores a run on a one-hopper to third that Isaac Porter picked up. But Porter threw to the plate, which was the right play to try to get Johnny Muse. And the ball got there in plenty of time, but Trace Anderson forgot that the play previous, Advim had scored, and it was no longer a force out. He kept his foot on the plate but didn't apply a tag. That allowed another run to score, and that run turned out to be the eventual winning run. So Thompson gets an insurance run as well on a single from Caden Loyland. But in the end, some really tough defensive breaks for Park River in the first inning lead them to the loss in this one tonight, and Thompson wins it by a final score of 3-1 tonight. Post-game report brought to you by Spray Advantage, everything you need for spraying and application on your farm. The difference between Spray Advantage and their competitors is that Spray Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders, 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come. And our post-game report brought to you tonight by Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Precision agriculture, law enforcement, nursing, just a few of the careers that you can supercharge your way into at Lake Region State College. Get done in 2 and start earning. Or You can take your way to the four-year institution of your choice by moving those credits anywhere in the North Dakota University system. Lake Region State College, main campus in Devils Lake, campus at the Air Force Base, and also online all the time at lrsc.edu. Post-game totals, we'll announce our player awards, our Finest Auto Trim, Finest Cover of the Game, and also our Player of the Game Award brought to you by PS Garage Doors as we continue with our post-game report tonight from Thompson. Post 181 wins with a 3-1 win over Park River this evening. This is our coverage of high school and Legion baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Branson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Branson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. We welcome you back to our post-game report with Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College here tonight in Thompson, where Thompson has knocked off Park River in a big win, a non-conference win, but altogether a pretty good win for Thompson here tonight as they defeat Park River by a final score of 3-1 this evening. Our post-game report brought to you by Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Again, 3 locations to serve you, always online at lrsc.edu, their main campus in Devils Lake, and you can also find them at the Grand Forks Air Force Base. And our post-game report brought to you tonight by Spray Advantage, everything you need for spraying and application on your farm, tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders, 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College bringing you our post-game report this evening. Let's take a look at our post-game totals that we had for you tonight. First of all, for Thompson, 3 runs on 5 hits. They'll commit 2 errors and leave 6 tonight. The win will go to Braden Wolfgram, who goes 7 innings, a complete game tonight, and he will throw a 2-hit, 1-run ball game this evening. He gives up a run that was earned on a pair of hits, strikes out 6, and walks 3 this evening. For Park River, a run on 2 hits. They commit no errors and leave 5, and the loss will go to Tucker Omdahl tonight. And it's tough to calculate. Tucker Omdahl technically is going to take 3 earned runs in this one tonight, but didn't get an error, just had a whole lot of errors in judgment on the defense behind him back in that first inning. But on the score sheet, it goes in as 3 earned runs. It very likely could be considered 1 earned run. You got to give the pass ball to him, perhaps, maybe even not. But it was a tough luck loss for Tucker Omdahl tonight, who goes 6 innings tonight for Park River. At one point shut down 12 in a row. Gives up 3 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 5, walked 2, and hit 1. The loss to Omdahl and the win to Wolfgram. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 6 left for Thompson. A run on 2 hits, no errors, 5 left for Park River. Your final score tonight is Thompson 3, Park River 1. The game played in 1 hour and 35 minutes. Began at 4:55 and ended at 6:30 Central Daylight Time here in Thompson, North Dakota. Let's go to our post-game awards this evening. at our post-game award this evening. First is our Player of the Game award, and our Player of the Game award tonight is brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service. If you need service on your garage door, you need PS Garage Doors. Give them a call, 772-DOOR. They can work on any make and model of garage door. And those of you in agriculture, if you add an implement to your fleet and it's not the right size to get it through your current doors where you store your implements, PS Garage Doors will come to you, widen the door frame, and install the right garage door so you get exactly what you need and the service to go with it. PS Garage Doors, serving the area since 1974. Player of the Game award tonight for Thompson, definitely going to be Braden Wolfgram. You give up just 2 hits against a Park River team that strikes the ball pretty well. That's a nice job. He got out of a jam, stranding the bases loaded of Park River runners. That was back in the 3rd inning. Was able to knuckle down, get a strikeout. Struck out 6, walked 3 tonight. Did not hit a batter, and was able to come up with some timely opportunities to get the win tonight. So Braden Wolfgram will be our Player of the Game award tonight, brought to you by PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR. Our final award tonight is our Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game, and it's brought to you tonight by Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, they cover it all. Finest Auto Trim specializing in the recovery of vehicle and boat seats. Hey, if you've had your boat out and now you don't like the way those seats look, there's still plenty of season. Why don't you get those boat seats redone by Finest Auto Trim so you can feel good about them and feel good in them when you're out on the water? And for those of you in agriculture, they do implements too. Whether it's a combine or a truck or a tractor, you're going to spend a lot of hours in those eventually. Why don't you get the comfort out of it with seats that support you? Finest Auto Trim can take care of that for you. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, we cover it all. Well, on the finest cover of the game, there's one place it has to go, and it has to go to Noah Troftgruben, the left fielder for Park River. This was an unbelievable play for Noah Troftgruben out in left field. Earlier tonight, you see Thompson at the plate here trying to come up with something with 2 outs, and here's a drive into left field. Base is empty. Noah Troftgruben laying out, making the play at that point. Diving stab, the defensive gem of the night for Park River and really in the game. A diving catch in left field for Noah Troftgruben, and he'll pick up the Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the game tonight, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. Well, we'll say have a great weekend, everybody. We're on our way to the weekend. Coming up on Tuesday, we're back at it at Kraft Field at home when Post 6 welcomes Post 2 to town. Classic matchup between the Royals and Fargo Post 2 back in the statewide AA League in North Dakota. So stay with us for that one. We'll bring you that matchup coming up in Grand Forks on Tuesday night. Tonight, your final score on the All True scoreboard is Thompson 3 and Park River 1, and the Tommies are now 3-0 on the season. That'll do it for us. For those of you on the video side, we'll see you again on Tuesday. On the radio side, back to regular programming with Dave Ramsey and the Dave Ramsey Show. This has been our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.